friends, this is Miss C, and it is time to learn. I am excited to work on fluency with you during this lesson.
Materials!
You will need your thinking cap for this lesson. Ready? We have 2 learning targets for today. Please follow along with me as I read. Our first learning target is, I can identify the correct homophone, pedal, pedal, or pedal based on meaning and context. Our second learning target is, I can read a text fluently, smoothly, with expression and meaning, rereading and self-correcting when necessary.
Transition song.
Can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference when 2 words sound the same?
Word work.
Listen carefully as I read this sentence aloud. There are 3 words in this sentence that sound exactly the same, but each of them are spelled differently. I want you to listen and watch carefully for those words. The traveling salesman would pedal his bike over rose petals as he would peddle wristwatches to people in Sunnyside. What words do you hear that sound exactly the same but are spelled differently? If you said pedal, pedal, and pedal sound the same but are spelled differently, you are correct. You might remember that language experts give words like this a special name. They are called homophones. Remember, homophones are words that have the same sound but are spelled differently. What does this pedal mean? Petal spelled with a T means a bright, colorful leaf on a flower. For example, the bee landed on the petal. Let's try another. What does this petal mean? A pedal spelled with 2 D's means to travel around selling something. For example, he showed up at my house to peddle vacuum cleaners. Last one. What does this pedal mean? Pedal spelled with AL at the end means a lever you push with your foot, like in this sentence. Keep your foot on the pedal if you want the bike to move forward. Now I want to see if you can figure out which pedal goes in each blank. Listen carefully as I read. The salesman likes to blank merchandise he sells out of a briefcase. I stepped on a blank from a flower as I walked down the street. I drove a boat in a lake by pushing a blank with my feet to make it move. Can you help me figure out which pedal belongs in each blank? The first blank seems to be about someone selling items. Which pedal do you think makes the most sense here? If you said pedal spelled with 2 D's, P-E-D-D-L-E, go ahead and give yourself a celebration. Let's try the next one. The next blank seems to be talking about a word with a connection to flowers. Which pedal do you think fits best here? If you said P-E-T-A-L, go ahead and give yourself another celebration. All right, let's try another. This last blank seems to be talking about something you need to push with your foot. Which pedal do you think belongs in this blank? Pedal, P-E-D-A-L. Nice job with these homophones.
Transition song.
Can you read this fluently, smoothly, with expression, please? Can you read it smoothly, with expression and with meaning?
Fluency.
Now I am going to read a part from No Food to Be Found, Part 2. Listen carefully to how I read it. So you've got a plan, asked Josh. He was waiting for Chip to explain how they were going to find some food. Chip replied, none of us will be able to open the dumpsters and the trash cans alone. We've got to work together. Wait a minute. Did I sound like I was reading smoothly? With expression or with meaning? Did I read at just the right speed? No, that was not reading with fluency. Let me try again. So, you've got a plan, asked Josh. He was waiting for Chip to explain how they were going to find some food. Chip replied, none of us will be able to open the dumpsters and the trash cans alone. We've got to work together. Did that sound better? Did you hear how I added expression and meaning by paying attention to punctuation? Did you notice that my speed was just right and I was much smoother? To read with fluency takes a lot of practice, and I know that we can become fluent readers together. Now let's read the rest of No Food to Be Found, Part 2 with fluency. You've got a good point, Chip, said Josh. Let's find some of our friends. They've all got to be as hungry, too. We can try to think of some ways to topple those trash cans together. They waited until the middle of the night so none of the people would see them. Then, Chip and Josh found a group of their rat and cat friends. The group huddled together in the alley to discuss the plan. Chip said to the group, we've got to be very quiet. If we make too much of a racket, the people will wake up. They don't want us around, so if they hear us, we'll be in trouble. Chip and I found this big pile of tangled cable. It took a long time, but we were able to untangle it. I am going to tie the cable to the handle at the top of the trash can next to the dumpster, Josh explained. Chip said, then we will all get on top of the dumpster. We will all pull the cable together to take the top off the trash can. We will need to be gentle. When the top is off, we will need to hold it in the air so it doesn't tumble and crash to the ground. Then I'll jump down and get some food. Josh tied the cable to the handle of the trash can. All the rats and cats hopped on the dumpster and put the cable in their mouths or in their paws. They pulled gently. The top came off. They were careful not to let the top rattle around and wake any of the people up. Chip hopped down. He found 2 apple cores, a bunch of noodles, some scrambled eggs, and a purple lollipop. He shared the food with the hungry rats and cats. They were so quiet. The people never even knew they had been there.
Closing reflection.
What does it look like or sound like to be a proficient reader? Reading smoothly with expression and meaning and at just the right speed. That's reading with fluency. Remember to practice what we did today when you are reading on your own. Keep up the great work, keep reading, and I'll see you next time.